Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss along with Pauly Howard. We are live in downtown Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino, loaded to the gills here on a Tuesday afternoon. A couple of guests today talking best bets at Shinnecock for the U.S. Open. Wes Reynolds right here at VSiN coming up in about an hour. John Hasselbauer on the program a little bit later on today as well. Steve Wiss, he's going to be on the show today at 5:30 Eastern Time, 2:30 Pacific, and he'll go over his best bets for the three remaining matches that we have tonight in the World Cup. And Derek Stevens on the show as well. He invited Freddie, the guy who was taking social media by storm since he landed here in the States for the World Cup, and he has been tweeting and putting out on social media like his stops at places such as Buc-ee's, and he went from very few followers. I don't know what that number was, but he's blown up to like 700,000 or more followers now. And Derek's like, okay, well, I love what you're doing here. You're taking the country by storm. Well, how about this? We're going to come and get you in a private jet. You want to come and watch a stadium swim? As of yesterday, they had not heard back from Freddie yet.
Come on, Freddie.
Come on, Freddie.
Got to return that. Get on that, buddy. He's got good taste. Raising Cane's, Buc-ee's.
Sure.
He's making all the good stops.
Stuff that they, wherever he's from, no idea it existed. Like most people coming over here.
You'll be shocked at Buc-ee's. There's nothing like it. Yes.
I have to admit, Pauly, that I do have World Cup fever.
That's great.
Right?
And dynamite. Now with all the draws.
Sure. And more, I'll expand on that in a second. I felt there was a void in our lives last night without another match after Iran and New Zealand played that great match that ended in another draw. And then it was over and we never had another game after. I'm like, well, there's no NBA finals. The Stanley Cup got over with the night before, and we're kind of getting used to like having some sort of action, pump it into my veins. We need these 9 o'clock Pacific time starts. No, nothing, got to wait for today.
I like the 10-1-4-7 setup when they do that with the Pacific time starts. That's good. The 4 games again a day for the next 10 days is phenomenal.
Great.
And that's been the story. We might have another one here. The announcers keep saying France is arrogant and took Senegal for granted. So now it's 0-0 at the half. Magic Mike's been great in goal for France. Senegal with some woodwork. Total now 1.5 for the match. Draw plus 180. Can it happen again? 8 of the 16 matches draws so far. This was incredible yesterday. If you did the rollover parlay, you were up over 220 units. I got 12 to 13 to 1 off the bat with what happened in Spain. So it's incredible what's going on. And the $5 tickets that turned into 8, 10, 12 grand were all over social media.
Sure. And, it started, a bunch of people were tweeting this out. I'll begin here. Barstool Gambling. This is probably at DraftKings then. They said $100 parlay every game would have paid $69,000. Well, you got to shop around when you're betting this stuff. If you want to put it doesn't matter. You put $10 on this thing or $100 or $1,000, whatever. That would have been $69,000 on $100. Covers tweeted out that if you parlayed all 4, $100 wherever they were shopping would have been $94,000.
Yeah, there's some big differences in the prices. That's what we've seen.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Jeff Sherman here in Las Vegas at their shop said, well, hold on. Someone actually had a $10 parlay with us and it paid $9,800. So you were getting $9,800 to 1 there. And other spots were paying $6,900 to 1.
I saw as low as 58.
Oh, did you really?
Yes. I wouldn't even put that on social media.
No, I would
That's a big
avoid
difference.
that.
Yes, right.
Yeah. So, what happens if this game ends 1-1 or 0-0 again? And we're going to have, are we really going to go back-to-back days where the 2 short shots on the board, Spain and France, are going to end in a draw or not win? I'll tell you right now, Pauly, I'm looking at the stats for the opening half. France had possession for 54% of the time. They had 1 shot compared to 5 for Senegal. France had 0 shots on goal. 1 shot on goal for Senegal. It should have gone in.
Yeah, if it happens today, it's really time to panic if it continues. Because I think Wednesday we could get a couple draws and maybe 3. Because England-Croatia is supposed to be low scoring.
Yeah.
Panama-Ghana, the total's 2. Colombia is only a 270 favorite. And Portugal's 370. They should be able to take care of Congo. But you might get a couple draws for sure on Wednesday. And if we can get this to 5 in a row now, to start with France and Senegal, this is really madness now, what's going on. And as Jeff Sherman said yesterday, they're crushing it because the public doesn't bet draws.
Right.
And maybe they will now, occasionally with the $5 and $10 parlays, but this is with the 3-way, you can kill it if any time it comes draw.
Well, what typically happens when people are going to hop in now, and this is why I have not, usually it's going to go back to the norm. And we're not going to get a lot of pushes then. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean, just for the overall drama, I would love for this continue for today anyway.
Yeah, I don't give Iraq much of a shot. I bet them lowest scoring team of the tournament at 8-1. Everyone likes Norway. 1.5 goals, -2 goals to win to 0. Howland is -180. -180 to score.
Sure.
That's incredible. Well, and they're a $5 favorite.
How about Norway? Their first appearance since making the round of 16 in 1998. Iraq, did you know this? Looking for their first point in World Cup history.
I did not.
They have never recorded a point. They needed 21 qualifying matches to lock in a World Cup spot, more than any other nation. It's their first tournament appearance since 1986. They lost all 3 of those matches by a single goal. Nigel Seeley today has a great breakdown on the match at vsin.com. I would encourage all of you to read it. Norway has lost only 1 of their previous 16 matches entering the event, winning 12 of those. You mentioned Holland, scored 38 goals this season. Alexander Sorloth, had 20. Julian Ryerson had 18 assists across all competitions. By the way, he's as high as 3-1 that I saw looking at the screen today. They're recording assist tonight. And Norway has been a machine offensively, scoring 37 goals in only 8 matches, allowing 5 during qualification. Nigel laid the 2 goals with them here. Is that something that you would want to get on board with?
Yep. That one's tough. I can't do that. The goal differential is incredible, though, what they did. 37 goals and only 5 allowed. And Holland had 16 goals in qualification. So this is, I can't, -180 to score is incredible. Mm-hmm. So expecting a blowout. But then again, that's what we thought was Spain, and you thought France would take care of business. So with the rankings, that's 31 against 57 with the FIFA rankings. Not that bad. Argentina's your big boy. That's number 1 against number 27 with Argentina and Algeria. But to be laying 2 goals, no, can't do it.
Yeah, it's a tough proposition for me to get on board with. What do we want to do with Iran moving forward? As they had that draw last night with New Zealand.
They're not happy.
Well, they're not, and they immediately had to leave LA last night and go back to Mexico. But from a betting standpoint, like, what does that do? I mean, all this talk about, in certain places it's going to be very hot, muggy. Well, they were in LA, so you have to worry about that last night. But overall, with the travel now and how they're kind of like, they had to move out of the country and go back to Mexico, and the wear and they had no chance to recovery. They had to leave immediately. There's got to be some sort of like a betting takeaway against that team in their next match.
Yep. The base camp was moved to TJ from Arizona weeks before the tournament. And now you immediately have to go back to TJ after you win. And then Sunday, you play Belgium at SoFi and then Egypt in Seattle on the 26th. Mm-hmm. All 4 teams in that group drew, so everyone has 1 point. But the coach is unhappy. He's just saying how it's the most strained buildup for any team in the history of the World Cup. Still did a good job with the 2-2 draw. I didn't think much of New Zealand. Maybe it's an indictment of what's going on with the travel and the effects that it has on them.
They had one incredible goal last night, but yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, but I mean, the coach starts off right away with the post-game press conference about how unhappy he is in the travel plans and how everything's being changed.
Maybe it's to bet their opposition coming up, draw no bet.
Yeah.
Might not be a bad play. Mm-hmm. I thought we have Tommy Smith here. I thought this was really good. He was on last night, prime time with Matt. I love hearing this guy talk about soccer, longtime betting soccer analyst. He was with Matt and Tim last night talking about Team USA coming up against Australia.
Well, I thought the performance was unbelievable. I, like yourselves, have been watching the US team for 60 years. You haven't been watching them that long. Never saw anything like this. Never saw this coming. Because if you looked at Paraguay had played 18 games in South America, and that's a very, very hard conference to come out of, and they only allowed 10 goals. Here we are looking at the scoreboard at half-time, and the US have notched 3 goals against them. I mean, Balogun's second goal, when he put it up in the corner at the old onion bag, there was nobody going to stop that. It was a brilliant performance by them. I mean, hopefully, the second half wasn't as good because Pulisic, for whatever reason, I mean, we're not really being told. We're told, he's practiced a little bit. I mean, Pulisic makes this team tick. He didn't have a great second half season playing with AC Milan in Italy, but in the first half of the season, he lit the Italian league up as being the best goal scorer and best player in it. Now, he's key to the game against Australia. At the beginning, people said, Australia will be the whipping boys. I said, no, they won't, because these lads play almost like Australian football, and you know what that's like. I mean, these guys are as physical as you're going to get. They may not be as technically as good as the United States, but I'll tell you one thing, when the United States have them beaten, they will be a tired and sore lot.
All right.
Good job, Tommy.
Yeah, good breakdown. How about this tweet from Pauly Market an hour ago? Boston bars are reportedly running out of beer. Is that possible?
Yes.
As Scottish World Cup fans drink the city dry, with one bar saying, quote, "We tripled St. Patrick's Day."
It's like Rocco's with Iowa and Nebraska people with the Busch Light. Can't get enough of it.
No, right?
You can't keep it in stock. They won't stop. At 2 bars.
The whole
But Kevin said yes.
Yeah, but the whole city
Can't
of
get
Boston?
enough.
That's it, guys. We can't get enough. We're out.
3 times
Sorry.
St. Patty's Day?
Yeah, and St. Patty's
Wow.
Day, kind of a big deal back there.
Oh, that's impressive. That's nuts. Well done.
All right, up next, this move would really, it would move the needle for an Eastern Conference team in the NBA and throw next week's draft for a potential tizzy at the same time. That's next here on VSiN.
Let me get your attention real quick, podcast listeners. I've got something for you that almost feels too good to be true. First, credit where credit's due. If you're listening to this podcast, you're already leveling up your betting game. You're riding along with our best bets and top angles. And when there's a good game on, you're getting involved with a few props and alt markets as well. There's one more layer if you really want to step things up, and that's VSiN Pro. I've mentioned it before, but things are only getting better for our pro subscribers. We just rolled out our MLB prop projections, breaking down some of the best edges across strikeouts, hits, home runs, and more. And that's on top of everything else pro subscribers already get, including public betting splits, expert picks, and betting guides across the sports calendar. If you haven't tried it yet, stop sleeping on it. You can get your first month just $9.99 or save big with promo code POD26 on the annual subscription. Hit the link in the description and start cashing in with VSiN Pro. All right, back to the show.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
51st minute World Cup, 0-0, France-Senegal. Right now, France is even money to win the match. You have confidence here?
No. The announcers are so good on this, too, and the commentators. They go after people.
Oh, they really do.
You know, the arrogance by France, taking their opponent lightly, shame on them, going after players. It's phenomenal. If this ends in a draw, you'll be up 32 units for the tournament.
What was 0-0?
Excuse me, 30.
Okay.
0-0 was 12-1. Be up about 31 units.
Well, here's what I don't
if this ends in a
understand.
draw.
And if those commentators, let's say that they're correct on this,
Yeah.
calling that in the first half, how do they possibly approach the match with that attitude based on what happened to Spain yesterday?
Sure.
You got to come out guns a-blazing. You had one shot in the first half. It wasn't even on goal.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's unacceptable, man.
Sure. Go back 4 years ago with Argentina and Saudi Arabia.
I know.
And even in Australia shocked a lot of people with what happened. It's just upsets all over the place. You got to be ready.
A couple of things here to look at with NBA futures and player movement and maybe getting ahead of the curve here and landing on a team next year if you are so inclined to do so. This is from Jake Fisher with Mark Stein covering the NBA and like the rumor mill. While the expectation remains that Trae Young will find a new longer-term agreement with the Wizards, sources say several teams, including Miami, are considering trade avenues to add the four-time All-Star guard, while Washington mulls its decision regarding next week's number 1 overall pick. Trae Young, sources say, is among the crop of, quote, big fish backup targets for the Heat if Miami cannot land Giannis Antetokounmpo, in addition to Kawhi Leonard and Ja Morant. So,
What?
Yeah.
How about, forget big fish, how about a minnow? I mean, Atlanta couldn't wait to get rid of him, and they took off after they traded him.
I know. He does not qualify as a big fish. But
Neither
again,
does Morant.
For 20 years, people lost their minds calling, whenever a team would add another player, they got their big three. Like, for example, Oklahoma City. They got Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, and Paul George. They're big three. They're going to be... It had disaster written all over it, and that's exactly how it turned out. But here's the angle, Pauly. If that happens, then Darren Peterson to go number 1 overall is absolutely in play. If the Wizards do not bring back Trae Young.
Well, see what happens here with Milwaukee. And for the draft to start Tuesday, they got to make a decision. So apparently they're not in love with the Miami offer.
That's the latest from Windhorst.
But it's out there, and it's been out there for a while. So I guess they put it in their back pocket and say, okay, beat it. But it's a strong-ass offer as far as I'm concerned. And I think that's the one they should make. And we'll see what the Celtics do. I don't know how I know Milwaukee wants that 13th overall pick, which would be big. But now with these reports that Peterson doesn't want any part of Utah, and he only will work out with Washington, I still think it's in play with that exacta, which is over 6-1 at DraftKings. AJ 1, Boozer 2, Peterson 3. And Boozer's down to plus 230 to go number 2.
Yeah, so here's what I did today. And by the way, the draft is a week from tonight.
Right.
Not next Thursday.
1 round and second round Wednesday.
Right. So I agree with what you said, Pauly. I think that absolutely is in play. And I made 3 bets today on the NBA draft. I can lose all 3, or I think the angle here is to win 2 of them. We'll see. But I bet Peterson to go number 1 overall, and I bet him to go number 3 overall. To go number 1 overall, he was plus 275. To go number 3 overall, he was 3-1. And then I bet Boozer to go number 2 overall, plus 250. Now, keep in mind, again, his dad, Carlos, is in the Utah front office, so that would make some sense. But he's not the only guy. And evidently, like the analytics, the Utah analytics love Boozer. So there's an idea that Debanza could go number 1 overall with Peterson on the board, and they would be like, well, doesn't matter. We're going to go with Boozer. He's our guy there. I have a tough time if Peterson goes number 1 overall, imagining that Utah, this is now me talking, that they would go Boozer over Debanza, but this is where you have to remove your opinion. So if it falls Debanza 1, Boozer 2, Peterson 3, that's the ideal scenario for me. If Peterson goes 1, I don't think I cash Boozer at number 2, but then, basically plus 275 or 3-1 comes in then.
Yeah. I like Acuff 2-1 to go 6th.
There's the thought now that the Clippers might have to take him or force the idea that they're going to take him at number 5 because they want that out there because they know, everybody in the world knows it's at Sacramento. Oh my God, horrible job last year. Telling everybody, basically tipping their hand at who they want to take. So the idea is out there now that could be smoke, whatever, but the Clippers would have interest in Acuff to drum up interest in the Kings trading up to number 5 to take him overall. But that was the narrative from that team and people covering that team last year in March when he was scorching hot. This is also from Windhorst. And right now on Pauly Market, Miami Heat is they're 46% to get Giannis.
Oh, another jump.
Yeah, Boston's at 35%. But a good reminder here from Windy. Boston keeps things quiet. Their big moves from the then stunning hiring of Brad Stevens 13 years ago to the Drew Holiday trade last summer typically don't leak. They did have some player/team involvement when they made the deal to get Kristaps Porzingis in 2023. So it's not impossible, but that was the outlier. And maybe they're waiting in the wings, and here they come with an ambush job. And when we're all said and done here, Giannis is going to end up in a Celtics jersey.
A Celtics guest is on Thursday. Looking forward to that. Do they want to change the way they play? Can they talk Mazzulla into that? Stevens made his comments at the end of the year. I saw Reggie Miller did an interview as well, and I agree with him. It's just shooting these 53s a game is ridiculous. That they have to change it up. But I would, if they can make the move, I'd do it. because it's been a disappointment what's happened with these two guys, that you only have one championship and you could bring in a top 3, top 4 player in the league. Although he's been injury prone the last couple of years. It's up to the Missoula and the organization, though, if they want to do it. I would say the status quo is no good. And it's going to continue, because I think it was Zach Lowe who said it. When you play this way in a best of 7 series, you will get outplayed in one of them, and maybe 1 or 2 games you're going to shoot 30% from 3.
Have
and the math won't work in your favor, right?
Mm-hmm. Here's Gary Washburn talking about the situation. He has covered the Boston Celtics for many, many years with the Boston Globe. Here's what he had to say last night.
I don't think he's going to be a Celtic. And that's just from what I'm hearing. I think the Celtics are gauging what it would take to get Giannis to Boston and trying to figure out whether they want to move Jaylen Brown. And if there's rumors that Jaylen has been moved and he hears that all summer, what kind of mentality will he have coming into next season, which is critical for this franchise. I do think Miami has the edge on this, but I do think Boston is kind of sniffing around and finding out, could you even acquire Giannis without sacrificing Jaylen? That would be a big question. What is exactly Milwaukee looking for? Who is the third team involved? Because there's going to have to be a third team involved. Is it a Portland? Is it a Clippers? What team will jump in and maybe sacrifice their lottery pick to get a Jaylen on their roster? Is it Atlanta, who has New Orleans' pick? So there's a lot of questions here that need to be solved in the next week. I do think something's going to happen by the draft, because that will kind of shake things out. But I don't think the chances are that he's coming here, and I don't think the Celtics are shopping Jaylen Brown in this deal. I think they're trying to figure out how to get him without Jaylen, but if it requires Jaylen, it's going to be a beneficial deal for the Celtics.
Well, I would love to hear what that would entail.
Oh, come on, yes. That you can't beat the Miami offer if that's the case.
Absolutely not.
No, and we also, as you said, we got to move here. I mean, Milwaukee, you've been on the clock forever. We're a week away from the draft.
I know. And they have to, according to like every report, they want to make a move by the draft so they can get like another lottery pick.
How do you say no to that? If it's Hero, Ware, Jaquez, and picks.
I don't think you can.
You can't say no to that.
I don't think you can.
With the 13th overall pick and maybe swap, there's some other stuff in there?
No, Milwaukee can be a playoff team with that roster. Now, they're going to lose one of the best players in the entire league and one of the best I've ever seen play the game. But that sucks. But you can't pull an Angels here with Ohtani, and you can't get pennies on the dollar for him. Mm-hmm. I'm honestly kind of surprised that Miami would be willing to offer that much.
Well, they're desperate. They're just sick and tired of being in the play-in. And like you said yesterday, it just bothers Riley. Riley can't stand it. Bam can't stand it.
What if they have another quiet offseason? Do they push Riley out?
He says he won't retire. They got to force me out.
Force me out?
I know. They have a great relationship, but if that's right, if you can't land that, quote, big fish, that'd be 5 years in a row, you've done nothing. And what does that say about Heat culture? The Butler thing killed them. That killed them.
Oh, yeah.
Butler going cuckoo on them after they went to the finals. No one saw that coming. Is this a penalty? Going to VAR.
They've been looking at it now for like 2 minutes here.
Yeah, it's on Mbappe. It'd be France with a penalty, if this is possible.
Let's see. He's going to rule it right now. I don't think we're going to have time to decide what the... Okay. He also, Wendy, by the way, wrote about the possibility of the Lakers having $50 million in salary cap space. But that would mean it's going to be a PK.
They called that a penalty?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
They said no penalty.
He pointed it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Mbappe's not happy about it.
Okay.
He was begging for the penalty. They're not going to get one.
All right, 60th minute.
Yep.
Nothing doing.
Squeaky bum time.
It is. Draw plus 355. 0-0, 12-1.
I will expand on this, what Wendy had to say about the Lakers possibly having $50 million, but what that would mean. And a huge series starts tonight in Major League Baseball, one involving a usual suspect, and another story that gets better by the week.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
This 0-0 match continues. France-Senegal, 66th minute now. And, Is that a goal? There you go.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
The timing could not have been better with that. And that was Mbappe, who gets the goal. Beautiful assist. They go on the board now 1-0. And they had a couple of opportunities right before that. They whiffed on one that should have been a goal. And so they finally strike.
He scored in 7 matches in a row. That is impressive.
He was a short shot to win the Golden Boot.
Got now $7 in play. Draw now plus 550.
Even money to minus $7 after that, of course. I want to see the replay on this because that was exquisite, man. I appreciate soccer goals. I really do. I mean, the athleticism and the skill that it takes. Let's see this. A couple of passes here, and he breaks. They're going to look at this. Yeah, man, that was really, really good. Here's what Windhorst had to say about the Lakers, by the way. The possibility of having $50 million in salary cap space. He wrote, to get that amount of space, they'll likely have to lose 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists a night, because that's what LeBron James and Rui Hachimura combined to do last year. The cap figure does not include unrestricted free agent Austin Reeves, and he wrote that keeping Reeves is a high priority for the Lakers, but his re-signing doesn't hit the mandate of improving the squad, which means to improve, the Lakers will have to replace the James Hachimura production and then do it with the same block of cap space.
Can he pull up Brunson? Would he take a discount? I don't know if that's going to happen, but can you bring all 3 guys back? Doubtful, but they played so well when everyone was in there. This would be tough if they have to lose all these. And Luka's going to lose his mind. I mean, if they, for whatever reason, if they can't keep Reeves, then Luka's going to be ticked off. Oh, my God, we're tied.
We're tied just like that?
Oh, man.
Holy smokes, was that quick.
Is it clean? Oh, it's offside.
Oh, man, come on.
It's like the Stanley Cup final review.
Immediately, though, that was...
top shelf.
Let's see here. I mean, right back 2 minutes later, Senegal. Oh, it's going to be a beautiful pass. Just absolutely phenomenal.
Look at this laser coming in.
Oh.
Bam! Keeper never had a chance.
Are we sure that's not a good goal? Oh, right over his head. He was pretty offsides. Okay. Boy, oh boy, to strike back just like that. $7 there for a second, turn back into holy smokes, I'm in trouble here.
I also don't know what they're going to do because you have new ownership taken over. And now all this help for Pelinka. And these, analytics guys and other people. Wasn't a NASA guy or something who came in to help out Pelinka with what he was doing before he joined the Lakers? So we'll see if they conduct business like they do with the Dodgers and what they're going to do now with putting this roster together. But major changes could be coming.
Now we go to a hydration break. I am not a soccer historian, but I actually love how, my feed on X has been littered with hardcore soccer people who absolutely hate this hydration break crap.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
Each half?
Yep.
No good?
There's also been already in the World Cup, people who have been studying this stuff, it absolutely changes the momentum. So now, where do we look at this now? Because based on that, it's like Senegal was right there ready to hit him with the equalizer, but France scored, and they also had a couple of opportunities right before that first goal of the game. So who has the momentum right now going into the hydration break? Early on here in the matches, it affects almost every single game.
Come on. The couple minute break is there's data on hydration break.
There's
analytics.
Yeah, people have been breaking it down with the numbers and the data, saying that it swings things immediately.
Yeah.
How about that?
When the lights went out at the Super Bowl, I'll give you that one. I think to 45 minutes. This Dallin Cuff will be good on this coming up, but this is wild. I never thought it was a big deal. Plus, it's so damn hot in some of these stuff.
I know. Baseball coming up tonight. I find this pretty intriguing that the biggest matchup on the board tonight, and I think this week, the usual suspect would be the Yankees, of course, but the team, that story is getting better every single day and by the week, the White Sox. So we get Davis Martin against Garrett Cole tonight at Yankee Stadium. Yankees, this is without Judge so far in the month of June, still averaging nearly 5 runs per game. Martin, 2.41 ERA. He has only allowed 0.3 home runs per 9. Now, his ERA goes up more than a run on the road. And Cole's 4 starts so far, okay, it's a 2.45 ERA, but the FIP is 4.2, so the ERA has been a little bit lucky with that. The bullpen ERA is where you're going to get a difference here. The Yankees are 3.38, 6th overall in baseball. The White Sox are 18th at 4.23. Cole's $1.40. What do you think?
Yeah, they've been great against the AL Central, but it's Davis Martin trying to become the first 10-game winner. Maybe they can be a tight game and they get into their bullpen. Great story with the White Sox. It's fishy. $1.50 seems fishy. I don't mind under 8 in this one.
I will say that
Martin's had one bad start going back.
The fishy numbers up until this point, up until last night in Major League Baseball, I think were like, meaning the team that we thought was too low on the price. Like, why are they only that number? They lost like 98% of the time. We had 2 examples last night where we thought the numbers were fishy. One, Cincinnati, the other one, Washington, and they both won no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And they both, like, Cincinnati scored 12 runs, Washington killed KC. It was 7-3, I think, the final score.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Rays might be a good bet tonight in LA. It's a clear pitching edge here for Rasmussen.
Good game last night.
Oh, yes. Very good game.
Tough if you had the over, 3-3 in the first.
Yeah.
4-3 final.
Wroblewski goes for the Dodgers. No knock against him, but Rasmussen, he might win the American League Cy Young. 2.71 with the ERA, 9.5 Ks per 9. The Dodgers do average 5.5 runs per game. That is 3rd overall. Now, Wroblewski's numbers are the ERA again, 2.95, but he only strikes out 5 per 9. And the FIP is just a shade under 4. Plus 130 on the Rays, or maybe Rasmussen in the first 5, I think, is going to be added to the account today.
All right. Hunter Brown, first start since March 31st. Astros, worst ERA in the AL, 29th overall. The beat goes on with Houston. How about PCA with the cycle last night? And a great come-from-behind win for the Cubs. 29 hits in his last 15 games. Soderstrom continues to get it done, and the A's continue to mash. 24-game hitting streak. And I will point out the Reds have lost 7 straight starts by Singer.
That sounds about right.
And the Mets are favored on the road against Cincinnati. And the beat goes on in San Diego. Shut out by May and the Cardinals. Another great. We talk about the White Sox and the Nationals. Don't forget about the Cardinals. They win again. The Padres are last in runs, on base, slugging, and average. Not good, Bob. Awful. They're in action tonight, too, and the Cardinals continue to be a great story.
Bettors probably crushed the Padres in the first month and a half of the season, continuing to play like their team total under.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's absolutely embarrassing what's going on.
I know. Tatis is a singles hitter, and Machado hitting like $170, $180.
He got a hit last night early on to improve to 177 overall in the year. Mm-hmm. Another game here tonight, and the Cardinals are $117, total is 8 there. I was on the Nats last night. That got there. They're hosting KC again tonight. It's Waka against Griffin. Waka, the 3.80 ERA, the FIP's higher than 4, only 7 Ks per 9. Last in the league again at 3.5 runs per game on the road. Bullpen ERA, 27th in the league at 4.85. The Nats lead the league 5.4 runs per game. Griffin's been okay, and they have taken money here. They were $1.17 earlier today. Now they're $1.33. I would completely agree with that line move here on Washington and that team taking money in this game.
One of the top pitchers ROI in baseball. They're 10-4 in his starts. And a couple of guys have some good numbers against Waka in that lineup as well. And Detmer's sneaking another game, 1-0 with a 1.73 ERA his last 4 starts.
Boy, has he been good.
He's been hot, too.
A lot of strikeouts from him, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's much like Logan Webb. Wow, has he turned it around since coming off the IL.
Yeah.
Awesome like his last 3 starts.
Going against Merrill Kelly.
By the way, Kurtz is tracking down Jordan by the day.
Yes.
Now, Jordan is, again, he's turning into like Barry Bonds this year.
Do the A's have to make the playoffs?
Well, what if they do make the playoffs and Houston doesn't?
He's got an excellent case.
He'll have a great case anyway.
Yes.
2 more bombs last night, down to below 4-1 at some books to win the American League MVP.
I think you got to play the total bases every game.
Oh, that's not a bad call.
Just, I know I had it last week, when you lost. He had the base hit in the first inning. He is killing it. Football season may still be months away, but the best bettors are already prepping for it. Next week, our NFL betting guide comes out. Futures, win totals, races, upcoming season. Lock in the early bird pricing on the football special, just $175. The sooner you sign up, the more value you get. Every best bet, every host, every guest. The betting splits, DK, Circa, AI-powered prop projections. VSiN.com/subscribe now. VSiN.com/subscribe. Get in it and look for the NFL betting guide next week. Let's go.
Yeah, 76th minute here now, France-Senegal, and France still up 1-0. We'll keep you updated on this game, obviously, as it progresses, and we'll get into more of the World Cup matches that we have coming up tonight. 3 more. Good schedule today again. I love it, like you said. 4 games in a row for 10 straight days. Can't beat that. And along with that, numbers on some of these matches, including Austria versus Jordan. Great breakdowns on vsin.com. And Paul's going to recap a lot of the betting action that came in last night. The draws were amazing yet again in the Cup. Details coming up next on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
All about the draws. 4 matches, 4 draws. Half the matches have been draws. You're up over 26 units if you're betting every match with the draw. Spain, Cape Verde, 0-0, exact score 40-1 at DraftKings. I didn't see that till yesterday. Azure, first goal 55-1, and El Amri, first goal 55-1 for the Saudis. Egypt, Belgium, draw 3-1. Exact score 1-1 plus 750, and a lot of matches the BTTS has happened. That was minus 105. Uruguay, Saudis, draw plus 320. Exact score 1-1 plus 750, both teams to score plus 140. Iran, New Zealand plus 230, draw. Goal in the first 10, yes, 5-1. 2-2 exact score, 23-1. Both teams to score plus 125. MLB. Did Keith have 1 home run coming into the game? He hit
that I don't know.
He hit 3.
Yeah.
2 was 100-1. Why would you even put that up?
Uh-oh.
I saw 2. Can he bet? Go!
Another one for France.
Oh, man. Now you got to sweat the total. Mamma mia. 2-0, 81st minute. Suarez went deep twice, 50-1. Your guy Kurtz hit 2 again. He's locked in, 24-1. Subscribe, be part of the team, vsin.com. Our radio and podcast friends, you always want to see these tweets and videos. At Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in, we'll put you on. My son Jordan, hanging out with his girlfriend. This is when the lady running daycare is making something on the stove. Just in case something drops on the floor. Every single time, going to the kitchen and setting up shop. He also then goes under the table once they move the food to the kitchen table. Smart guy, still doing it. Good for him. Lose some. We've seen this numerous times. There's no door and there's no screen. See, the door's open, but there's no screen on the door. So that little dog's that a Chihuahua coming in and trying to take his buddy. Hey, come on, the coast is clear. You're good. Come on in. He's still out waiting. Nah, you got to open the door for me. That's not how it works. I can't just walk in. And then finally the human says, after laughing at him, that...
What do? Do they go close the door and open it back up? And then
it is. Yeah. She pretends to open. Okay, there we go. Excellent. He won't...
But he has his buddies running in and out the entire time next to him?
I don't get it. Yeah, right. We've seen it before, too, where it's with the screen door.
He's like, hey, pal, come on. It's easy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Unlike on the deck. Where the same thing, where the dog won't come in unless you open it. You gotta pretend. Yeah. Excellent.
Maybe he hit the screen one time.
Could have been.
And now he's spooked by it. He doesn't ever want to have that feeling ever again. I don't know.
Condolences if he had the Rockies. Cubs walk it off in the 9th, and PCA with the cycle. And again, he's crushing it. 29 hits in his last 15 games. Sports calendar never stops, truly. Draft next week. Our NFL betting guide drops. 4 World Cup matches every day. All of it documented and posted publicly. Sharpplays.com with all their plays. Get the Telegram as well. Reaching out to over 500 bettors and sources worldwide across all sports and sending it out to subscribers in real time. Respected, watched, and feared. Start winning with them. Sharpplays.com.
All right, so other matches that we have coming up today. Good breakdowns again at vsin.com. Alex Blowers here at vsin. Also, Nigel Seeley. Jordan is playing in its first ever World Cup match. Now, are you rooting for Jordan tonight because that's your dog's name?
No.
You're not? Okay.
No.
I am because I bet him plus 1.5 goals.
Okay. A lot of people making the case Austria to 0. And FIFA rankings 24 against 65.
I'll take 0-0 or 1-0. I'm fine with that. So working their way into the tournament, they reached one of the Asia Cup finals before losing 3-1 to Qatar. 2024 made the World Cup qualifying group with clubs like South Korea and Iraq. Austria in 2024, they were in a group and navigated it quite nicely with France, the Netherlands, Poland. They lost 2-1 to Turkey in the final 16. First World Cup appearance since 1998. They've only allowed 7 goals in their last 17 matches. They beat Ghana 5-1, shut out South Korea, and 1-0 leading into the Cup. Tunisia as well. So they do not allow a lot, and that's why I think most people are making the case for what you just said.
Neither does Argentina. I mean, in 7 in a row in the goal differential, 21-1, they've outscored their opponents going back. Number 1 with a bullet coming up, taking on Algeria. And if you want to get the best number I saw is here at Circa. Jordan is plus 830 to shock the world if they win.
Just to win the match?
Yeah.
Plus 830.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about the hydration breaks in the last segment.
Yes.
And Dallin Cuff is going to be on our show tomorrow. He was on with Gil Alexander in a numbers game on Monday. And they got into the hydration breaks and how it is affecting games so far in the Cup.
The hydration breaks, I think, are affecting the game. We're seeing teams score or momentum changes coming out of the hydration break. So I don't tend to live bet a lot of soccer games in the first 25 minutes. It's usually like, let's see where more time elapses, or if I think a team is going to come back, or you see some value in the course of a game. But the hydration breaks, I think, are affecting how the momentum of the game plays. And we've seen a number of goals scored right out of that. So I would be aware of that and see if the team that's the underdog is playing really well. That timeout and kind of reset has helped some of the favorites, I feel like, kind of right the ship.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Very
really.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
There's also this, by the way, and I don't have an explanation for it yet. And I've asked people who are much smarter about soccer than I am, and I haven't heard any feedback on it yet. Like, they haven't noticed anything. Why is it that a bunch of these teams are either starting the match off or the half off by kicking it as far as they can out of bounds? What are we missing with that? And as a result of this, our producer Luke, who loves betting on soccer, he found a market on, I think it was DraftKings that you said, Luke, and it was the team to have the first toss of the game. The first throw-in is how it's labeled.
Uh-huh.
So if you can find out in enough time who's going to kick off to start the match, bet the other team to have the first throw-in if DraftKings leaves it up long enough before they take it down. Because it happened again to start the second half of this match. Kick it. Let's kick it as far as we can out of bounds, and the other team's going to throw the ball in.
Wish I had that info before with the quickest goal, 53 seconds. Yeah, that's another one.
Sure.
The whole tournament.
Yeah, I had no idea that clubs were going to do this. Who did?
Yeah.
And,
all right.
Yeah. So anyway, that's something that absolutely that you might, that also might be available at prediction markets, wherever else.
Well, if weather's going to play a factor again with the humidity and the breaks, coming up, the Norway match is in Foxborough. The Argentina match is in Kansas City. We shouldn't have a problem. It's a 9:00 start, but Jordan and Austria is at Santa Clara.
Okay.
Should be okay there. Portugal tomorrow in Houston to start the day.
The match is in...
Is that a dome?
Kansas City tonight. It's 8:00 then, I think, Central Time. Is that correct? Yeah, the Houston one's got to be
Houston's
a dome. Yeah, it's
okay.
going to be a dome, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where the Texans play.
Thank you.
Yep. The ratings came up, by the way, for USA, and they were awesome across the country. Kansas City, it's a very popular soccer town. They were number 1, almost had a 10 with the USA match. So that's a hotbed for this sport. And I can't wait to see what it's going to be like on Friday again when they play at noon Pacific, 3:00 Eastern Time.
Don't get fooled by that, too. They caught a lot of people. Fox is saying, here's the start time, but they're promoting their pregame in it. So what they're promoting as the start time is the actual pregame, which is a 2 or 3 hour pregame, and they caught a lot of people on Friday. So be careful with that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, officially,
a lot of people were planning. It's like, okay, the match is at 6:00. It's like, no, that's when the 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. That's when the pregame started.
So what time does the actual match start this Friday then? Isn't it 3:00 Eastern?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think they're promoting it
at it's like noon Eastern or 1:00 Eastern?
Yeah, something
okay.
like that, yeah.
All right.
It's like a 2 hour pregame.
Because here's the thing. A lot of people are going to want to take the day off of work for this. Or leave work early and you want to time it out. And, oh boy, You don't want to go to a bar. This should be easy for sports bars across the country, but you don't want to get to a spot at 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific, whatever. Be like, you have 49 TVs and not one's on the match. Do you know that USA's playing today? Kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
There are 97 people here with flags with them. Do you know what that means? Like, we're here to watch the soccer.
Couldn't be hard. Fox 1.
I would think so.
I think you can handle that.
Imagine if this was on streaming. Oh, poor fans across the country would have no idea what they'd be getting into here. Now, extra time here. We have 8 minutes on the board.
2-0 was 6-1. Exact score.
What was so France minus a goal and a half was what? Probably flat or
-1, -120.
Minus one goal. They were okay.
Yeah, sweating the total though. 2.5 here.
We'll see if Senegal can put one in for both teams to score as well.
Vicious speed.
Up next, betting advice for the U.S. Open underway in a couple of days. VSiN's very own Wes Reynolds is going to join the program. We'll get into his outrights for the tournament. I'll ask him if he could only make one bet on a golfer to win. Who would that be? Next on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.